a man receiving a 448-year sentence. I'll tell you where and why. Chris Talk starts right now. Let's get into it. Welcome, listeners, to another episode of the show. I am your host with the most, Chris Talks. Got to clear my throat real quick. All right, listeners, on this episode, we are going to be going to Colorado, right? Yeah, we're going to be going to Colorado where a man is giving a record-breaking 448 years. Okay? 448 years sentence.
Bruh.
All right? For the horrendous crimes related to human trafficking. All right, as always, I'm going to let Sarah, my AI, report the story, and I'm going to give you my view and my opinion. All right. Sarah, take over. Let's get into it.
Thank you, Chris. Robert Hawkins, a man from Colorado, was given 448 years in jail for trafficking 4 women and 2 children. This is a landmark decision meant to stop human trafficking. The sentence, which is thought to be the longest ever given for trafficking people in the United States, makes it clear that these horrible crimes will not be allowed. Hawkins, who is 44 years old, was found guilty of 18 charges, including multiple counts of sexual assault, trafficking people, and pimping a child. These people, whose ages ranged from 13 to adults, were abused and traumatized beyond belief by Hawkins, who forced them into sexual servitude and hurt them in horrible ways. The trial, which lasted more than a month, showed how horrible Hawkins' acts were and how badly they hurt the victims and their families. Many thanks to the survivors' bravery in testifying against their abuser, which helped get this important conviction and sentence. Judge Candace Gerds, who was in charge of the case, said that Hawkins' actions were very bad and that he should get a harsh sentence to match. As she gave the sentence, she stressed how important it is to protect the weak and hold criminals responsible for their horrible actions. Law officers, prosecutors, and victim advocates worked hard to bring Hawkins to justice, and District Attorney Beth McCann praised their efforts. Like most people who traffic people, Robert Hawkins didn't care about anyone but himself and took advantage of 6 very helpless victims. This sentence should make it clear that Denver will not tolerate any form of human trafficking and that those found guilty will face harsh punishments, said DA McCann. DA McCann said, "I want to thank the prosecutors and investigators in my office's human trafficking unit, as well as the detectives from the Denver Police Department and the FBI agents who worked together on this case and helped me get this sentence today. The case has also shown how important it is to teach people about human trafficking and help those who have been victims. Groups like the Laboratory to Combat Human Trafficking have been very important in giving victims tools and help that have helped them rebuild their lives and get over the trauma they have been through." Hawkins' 448-year sentence is a stark warning of how serious the fight against human trafficking is and how important it is to always protect the weakest people in society. Chief of Police for Denver Ron Thomas said, "This outcome is a great example of how we can work together as a community to make the biggest difference in stopping and punishing human trafficking. When we investigate human trafficking, we focus on the victims and take into account their trauma. We also encourage victims to come forward so they can get help. And we ask our neighbors to give us tips if they think or know of these horrible crimes happening in our community. This important decision in history is a big step forward in the fight against human trafficking. It is hoped that it will stop other people from doing this horrible thing and give victims and their families some justice and peace." Hawkins' 448-year sentence is a stark warning of how serious the fight against human trafficking is and how important it is to always protect the weakest people in society. Chief of Police for Denver Ron Thomas said, "This outcome is a great example of how we can work together as a community to make the biggest difference in stopping and punishing human trafficking. When we investigate human trafficking, we focus on the victims and take into account their trauma. We also encourage victims to come forward so they can get help. And we ask our neighbors to give us tips if they think or know of these horrible crimes happening in our community. This important decision in history is a big step forward in the fight against human trafficking. It is hoped that it will stop other people from doing this horrible thing and give victims and their families some justice and peace." Back to you, Chris.
Wow. Right? That's what I said. Wow.
Bruh.
All right, drop the horn. All right, listeners, this is the part of the show where I give you my point and my view on this particular topic. And I would like to say this first and foremost. Let's give a round of applause to the Colorado. Yeah, let's give a round of applause to their police department. Not the little one. Give me the big one. A very big shout out to all of the agencies that took part in catching this guy. Now listen, I said it before, I'll say it again. Okay, America, we have got to do better.
Bruh.
Now, this particular man, as you heard, was convicted on all of those counts of sex trafficking. The women, the females that he was sex trafficking, as it said, was from 13 and above.
Bruh.
So, folks, listen, listeners, all my listeners, I tell you all the time, keep an eye on your kids, okay? Keep an eye on your kids.
Bruh.
Always try to involve yourself as much as you can with your kids. And also keep a way where you can also get in contact with your kids, even those little, like when they have those little codes and stuff. Ain't it those little codes that they have? Yeah, any one of those. Whatever that you do with your kids, please do it. Because this man was able to sell these kids, and we all know he probably sold them to superstars and celebrities and all these type of big names.
Wait, what?
Yeah, he probably did. He was probably in that business very, very deep. What they don't tell you is, can we pull up that other one? The other article real quick. Okay, so I'm gonna just run it down real brief. I'm not gonna read it word for word, but I'm gonna just give you a general idea that this guy has been doing this for about 10 years or so. A little bit over 10 years. So this guy has been sex trafficking these young and old women. Okay, young and old women.
Bruh.
From country to country. And this is part of the reason why the FBI got involved. This man did a lot of traveling, so he met a lot of people. Okay.
Bruh.
Yes, he did. So that part they didn't tell you, but I'm telling you that he did do Sarah, my AI, she didn't report that part, but he did do a lot of traveling, and he would bring these girls with him on these travels. And when he was not with them, he did have somebody watching him. And I will say this, in one of the what was it? Well, in one of these pictures, well, they don't have a picture of it exactly, a picture, but it's like sort of like a listing, okay, if we can, of the stuff that was seized during the raid of his house.
Bruh.
And there was a lot of cameras.
Bruh.
Who else you know that just happened to?
Bruh.
I'm just saying. So let's give this guy, what's his name? Mr. Hawkins, Mr. Robert. So let's give this Robert guy, let's give him the dummy buzzer, please. Yeah, because dude, man, for life, for over, that's like, how many life sentences did he just get?
Bruh.
Like, if you could average it off.
Bruh.
I'm not going to do it. I'm asking you to do it, but I'm not going to do it. But anyway, this guy, I mean, for what he did, the crimes that he committed, because the list is very long. He's accused of torturing, raping, you know what I'm saying? Kidnapping with a deadly weapon. What is it? What else they gave him? Like a terrorist crime. Yeah, it's the list is very long. That's what I'm saying. The list is very long. So, ladies and gentlemen, and this guy is only 44 years old.
Wait, what?
So 44 years old, and you've been doing it for 10 plus years.
Wait, what?
Understand that this guy is a straight up raging maniac, a lunatic, whatever you want to call him. That's what he is. But he is definitely a pedophile to me at one of the highest levels that you could get,
Bruh.
in my opinion. This man should not be released out into the world. 448 years. I mean,
Bruh.
but it is good to know that this man will no longer be out in the world to sort of like what's the word I'm looking for? To commit such crimes against anybody. Let me just say that, to commit any type of crimes against anybody else. Now you have to understand, ladies and gentlemen, that these women ranged from 13. 13 was the youngest that they had, but he still had a lot of teenagers. And to me, yeah, he's definitely getting exactly what he deserves. You know what I'm saying? I got a mother, so, you know, like, I feel a little strong about that. But I will say this. I know those women, they went through a lot. And I am sorry that those women had to go through all of that. But I want those women to know that God was on their side the entire time. Because God does not like evil. And when you do things like this, you can't get away. And this is the thing that really bugs me out, is that when people do things like this, when they commit crimes like this, they really think that they can get away with it for so long. Let me tell you something. If you're doing something out there like that, okay, they're going to get you. Eventually, they're going to get you. Okay? If they're going to get you, bro.
Bruh.
You're taking somebody against their will. You're torturing them. And I don't know what you guys would define as torture. I will leave it up to my listeners to use your definition of torture there. Because I look at torture in a little different way. But I'll leave it up to you. But any torture is not good torture. Okay? So he tortured these women for years. All right?
Bruh.
Years. Sarah had listed some of the tortures, and there's even more than that he has done. And I would say to all of the parents out there that have daughters, and see, this is why I watch my own daughter very, very carefully, because to know that people out there like this person just exists. Okay? Just that they exist. You know what I'm saying? Just that they exist. And I'm just keeping it serious. Just that they exist and they would do these type of things to other people, kidnap them. Because you gotta understand, these people, a lot of these people were taken from their families. Some of them at knife point, some of them at gunpoint, ripped from their families at different times and in different places. Okay? And have not seen their families for over 10 years. And I would just throw it out there. I'm pretty sure at some point one of these girls gave off a signal that alerted the authorities to apprehend this man. You know what I mean? So if you know somebody that's going through a situation like that or abusive situation, anything like that, pay attention to the signs. You know what I mean? But I'm glad that this man is definitely off the streets, and I don't have to worry about him walking around trying to do something to my kids. Now the next person is P Diddy, yo.
Bruh.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm just being serious because if they take P Diddy case to Denver, that mother is in some trouble.
Bruh.
I'm dead serious. He's in some trouble, bro. But Denver, yo,
Bruh.
Denver is showing you they not playing. They slammed this guy for 400, okay, in 48 years, okay.
Bruh.
What you think they gonna do to Diddy? What you think they gonna do to Diddy? Let's be for real. What you think they gonna do to Diddy Teddy?
Bruh.
I mean, if they want to transfer the case to Denver, they can transfer that case to Denver. You know what I'm saying? And Diddy Teddy, he'll get hit with it, bro. But Denver's letting the world know that they are not playing when it comes to any type of human trafficking, whether it be for sex trafficking or whatever. You know what I'm saying? This man was charged with human trafficking and also sex trafficking, and now he is going to pay for that. Like, that's all I can say, bro. It's like, yo, that's a lot of time.
Bruh.
Anyway, I'm done with this. All right, drop my bomb real quick so I get up out of here. Yes. All right, all my listeners, y'all feel free to leave some comments and let me know what y'all think about this particular situation. Because I mean, I'm sorry. Sometimes I get stuck on it. Sometimes I really get stuck on what to say, because 448 years.
Bruh.
Yes, I know. And for doing these things to females, just to young women and to females just in general, but doing this to somebody, violating them, violating their rights, and doing it for so many years, threatening them, probably threatening their families and stuff like that. And there's about 6 people he did this to, and the youngest one was just only 13. So she barely started her life. That's why, I mean, I'm all for it. Anybody who does things like that, I'm all for them to rot in jail. You know what I'm saying? So.
Message.
If you like this content and want to hear more of it, all right, all the links and everything are right there on your screen. Hit that like, hit that subscribe button. Also, feel free to leave a feel free to leave a comment and share. I was about to say notification. I was about I know, right? So, what? Oh yeah. Well, I mean, we'll make those announcements. Well, we'll make those announcements at the proper time. I'm being signaled to make some announcements, but we're going to make those announcements at the proper time. We're changing up the show a little bit. We'll let you know how it's going to go and everything like that. But we we moving up there. All right, let me finish this out. All right, let me finish this out. I want to go home. All right, I'm tired. Let me finish this out. Okay, so listen, I want to thank all my listeners for tuning in. You could be anywhere else in the world, but you are here with me, and I so appreciate that. Also, stay blessed and not stressed. Until next episode, folks, I will see y'all later. Peace out.